My camera is off kilter. Bro, sorry for all my vertigo friends out there. I was off kilter the other way. Yes, okay. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Greta, back at it again with another video. So you know, sometimes inspiration strikes you in the strangest moments. You have to act on it. Inspiration struck me while I was driving home from my school's basketball game today. I'm not playing. Does this outfit scream she was playing in a basketball game? No, it does not. This is a spectating whiteout theme outfit. I was like, ugh, I wish when I had gone into high school, I had like some sort of older sister figure to give me advice. Wouldn't it have been so fun to have an older sister like bake with and have her give me advice in the late night chats in the kitchen? So I don't know about you, me and my brother, best chats we ever had in this kitchen. On this floor, honestly, sitting on the floor. I thought some of you are not blessed with siblings, and that is okay. You're blessed with being an only child. I thought I could be a blessing to you, and I could bake with you, and I could give you high school advice, or maybe just advice for life. You never know what life is gonna throw at you, and maybe you can get a little bit of wisdom from a little 17-year-old girl, myself. Obviously, this is not really like baking late at night in the kitchen apparel. Uno momento, ladies and gents, while I put on my pajamas. We're gonna get the boring stuff out of the way first. Let's talk about academics. And just like you spray the pan to prevent something from sticking to it, you want to spray on some good grades to your transcript when you are like a freshman or a sophomore to prevent those like bad grades from sticking to your resume as you go throughout high school. Here's what I'm going to say first though. One bad grade is not going to kill you. Whatever you consider a bad grade to be. If you consider a bad grade to be an A-, if you consider a bad grade to be like a D, this is coming from someone who was thoroughly convinced that if I did not get straight A's, I would like be murdered in my sleep. I do not have parents who like put insane stress on me like that. Like that was just like my own mind. I think I learned this lesson like a little bit too late in life. One bad grade is not gonna stick, but you wanna prevent those at the beginning. Colleges also like to look to see you taking like harder classes. They'd prefer to see an A- in AP calculus over like all A's and like fundamentals of math. I'm not even joking, guys. Like when I was a junior in high school, like I was obsessed with like perfection. I'm not just talking like straight A's. I'm talking like 100% in every class. I knew that getting 100% in every class meant nothing. Colleges weren't gonna see that. I literally had 100% in my English and history class until I took the final. I got a 99 on the final. Took my grade down to a 99.93 or something. I ran into my teacher's classroom and was like, please, please, please give me that point. And he was like, Greta, you need to take a deep breath. And that is so true. I would say like additionally, like it's important to take those high level classes if you want to get into those elite colleges, but that doesn't mean that you like sacrifice fun for that. I have never ever decided like I'm gonna take all these horrible classes and I'm gonna do all this stuff and I'm never gonna have fun with my friends. You can still have fun with your friends. Like I feel like that's so obvious. I feel like this video is more so for those girlies who like crave perfection, like the eldest daughter stereotype. This video is for you. Okay, I would say next up, do not worry if you don't know where you want to go to college or what you want to major in. You can apply to like a million colleges if you want to, and then narrow it down, like whoever gives you the best scholarship or whichever one you feel the vibes the most at. If you don't know when you're a freshman, that's fine. Sophomore, fine. Junior, fine. Fall of your senior year, if you don't know where you want to go, that's fine. You don't know what you want to major in, you don't even need to know the second you step foot on campus. Okay, next up, we're gonna talk about friendships. I go to a really, really small school, and when I'm talking small, I know some of you are like, oh, I go to a small school. I have 60 kids in my grade. Like, I know everyone. I knew everyone in the grade above me. I knew everyone in my brother's grade. I knew everyone in the grade below me. There are not a lot of opportunities at my school to like meet new people, which is fine. But instead of having a wide amount of friendships and having a ton of friends, I have a lot of like deep friendships. The problem is like in middle school, I was really bullied in middle school. I feel like everyone was bullied in middle school. I don't even remember why. I went into high school like really hesitant. I was like, are people gonna like me? And so I just tried out like 6 different friend groups my freshman year. Then my sophomore year, I really realized that I clicked with this like group of boys, which was fine, except it kind of labeled me as like the pick-me girl. I was like, oh, I don't want that label, like blah, 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 blah. And so for a while, like I was like, I don't want to be friends with these guys. And like, here's what I'm gonna say. Social media has killed friendships and relationships and everything. A girl cannot hang out with guys without being labeled like inappropriate words that I'm not gonna say, or like a pick-me girl. All this clownery on people is just so unnecessary. My junior year, I kind of stopped caring about that kind of stuff. Eventually, you're gonna realize like, I just don't care about that stuff anymore. I'm not sitting here saying like, it's easy to stop caring about that stuff. I'm not sitting here being like, stop caring about that stuff, or you're gonna be a loser who like can't find friends because she's too scared. What I'm saying is like, eventually you are going to stop caring about that stuff. It's okay if you care about that stuff right now, but recognize like eventually you're not gonna care. You're gonna look back and feel stupid. And I say that from a place of love. I looked back and I felt stupid. Be kinder to yourself. Everyone is so insecure when they were freshmen and everyone thinks that everyone's paying attention to them, but they're not. People say that as a cliche, but it is so true. I didn't care if I liked the people I was hanging out with. I only cared if the people I was hanging out with liked me. I would say my junior year was when I kind of started getting interested in like romantic relationships, which is where this new section moves into. I always am crushing on someone. When I was a sophomore, I didn't really care about relationships. I liked having a crush on someone. Like, I thought it was fun. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And I wasn't even flirting with these people. I just like liked them. I liked talking to them. I feel like sometimes it's very stigmatized to have crushes on people but not be looking for a relationship. But I would say my junior year was when I started caring about it more. It was like, oh, all these people around me are getting into relationships. And I was like, and why am I not in a relationship? I must be different. Everyone will say like, not everyone is in a relationship. Like, you only feel that way because you feel lonely. I don't mean to be like a cliche, but that is 100% true. I feel like you don't really realize that until you get into a relationship, and then you're like, wow, like no one else is in a relationship. When I got into my first relationship, there were like 6 other people dating each other. I thought like it was such a big deal to be dating someone. It's not. I feel like people focus on it too much. Here's the big kicker, guys. Your high school dating relationships should not come at the expense of what you enjoy in athletics, what you enjoy in the arts, what you enjoy in anything. And they absolutely 100% should not come in front of academics. I am so embarrassed for people who put their relationships above academics. I'm not even ashamed to say that. Like, that is so embarrassing to me. You are in high school. I personally operate under the principle of dating to marry. I would never date someone who I could not see myself marrying. However, I feel like oftentimes people are a little unrealistic with their high school relationship, and they assume, oh, if I'm dating to marry, that means I'm going to marry this person. I feel like that kind of takes the joy out of high school relationships. Not that they should be like idealized in any way. I feel like oftentimes they're too saturated in modern media. I feel like people need to be realistic in the fact of you are probably not going to marry the person that you date in high school. You might think that they're marriage material, and it helps you understand what you want in your future spouse. Here's another thing, guys. Go to every single school dance. I don't care if you hate it. Maybe the pictures are going to be more fun than the actual dance. Your parents are going to love taking pictures with you. They're going to love seeing you get all dressed up. And you know what? Maybe those 15 minutes that they're taking pictures of you, maybe that's the best time of their year all year, and maybe that's what they're going to remember when you go off to college. I have gone to many a school dance that I hated. It has never diverted me from going back. Go if you don't have a date. Go if you don't have a friend group. Go if you hate modern music. Just go. I'm not gonna say you're gonna regret if you don't go, because I think that's a stupid thing. But go so you can make any sort of memory. If there's a discussion in class, participate. Every single time. I don't care if you are the shyest person on earth, get those participation points. I'm a very much work smarter, not harder person. If I put in just the right amount of effort into every single class, I'm gonna feel way less stressed. Put in the effort necessary, but don't kill yourself with it. I forgot to preheat the oven, guys. Back to relationships. This is one that I actually have very strong feelings about. Please go on like actual real dates. That is what you're gonna remember. You're not gonna remember watching movies in your basement. Watching movies in your basement in silence, that's not love. I see all these high schoolers post on Valentine's Day like, oh, I love you, Pookie, and like stuff like that. I know that you have never ever had a conversation that is longer than 30 minutes. Please go on dates where you talk to each other. Go sit in a drive-thru and talk. Go play air hockey. Go play laser tag. Go out to dinner and get to know their families. Please, if you are literally gonna put yourself through the stress of a high school relationship, get to know their family. And going back to friendships, you are not gonna be friends with everyone. It's just the fact of the matter. They're gonna be people that you don't like. That doesn't mean that you're not kind to them. Did you hear that? Did you hear that? I want you to come in closer. Just because you don't like someone does not mean that you are not kind to them. It does not mean that you talk behind their back. That is literally the simplest math. I'm a senior, guys. Basically, that means that I'm graduating, like very, very soon. My goal this year was to just not have beef with anyone. I was kind of struggling with it at the beginning of the year. Recently, I've just been wiping all my slates clean. If I messed up, I've apologized. If someone has hurt my feelings, even if they didn't apologize to me, like I just forgave them. Here's another thing. This kind of goes hand in hand with romantic relationships. You think everyone is in a romantic relationship because those are the people who are obnoxiously posting all the time. In the same regards, you think that everyone has a best friend. Having a best friend is like one of the greatest privileges you will ever have, especially having a best friend that goes to your school. Not everyone is blessed with that, and that's okay. I feel like recently something I've learned is like the joys and the simplicity of life of being alone. Of course, there's a difference between alone and lonely that I'm not going to get into. to, being alone can be so peaceful. I just feel like people need to stop romanticizing having a best friend because there's always cracks. There are always cracks. You see that on social media. It's never that perfect. I personally have not grown up with like a ton of social media. I am not an active person on social media. I'm not sitting here saying my mental health is like perfect. Everyone is gonna have rough patches. Like that's another big thing that I want to emphasize. Take a detox. I've taken multiple detoxes from like Snapchat because I'm like, oh my goodness, it is not good for me to be chronically online because I'm just seeing all these people doing all these things and I wish I was there. But my irrational mind is like, I wasn't there. Everyone hates me. I have no friends. Don't think that way. Don't do that. I guess the biggest moral of the story is to just like be kind to other people and not really care about other people's opinions. And of course that's easier said than done. And everything you do, be kind to people. Don't try to be kind to people. Be kind to people. Bite your tongue, hold back what you want to say, and you're gonna be golden. We're done. Okay, I'm gonna wrap up this video now by making an analogy to these brownies. I'm just gonna say life is like making brownies. When you're mixing the oil in, when you're mixing the water in, when you're mixing the eggs in, when you just have that like weird mixture of like oil, eggs, and that stuff, like that doesn't taste as good as the real deal. And so in life, in high school, in middle school, in college, whenever you're watching this, there's gonna be good, there's gonna be bad. But in the end, it all makes the beautiful life that is similar to a brownie. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Have a great rest of your day, your week, your month, your year. I love you.